So, you wanna fix this film? I have an excellent idea. Completely remove all the humans from this movie. Let the monsters fight. We don't care about context at this point. We just wanna see monsters collapsing into each other. Godzilla King of the Monsters, a movie directed by Michael Dougherty. This is a sequel for the 2014 Godzilla film that I also reviewed on my channel. By the title you're probably thinking that I didn't like this movie. Well, that's not true. I enjoyed most of it and I wasn't expecting a perfect one when I went to the theater. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I've watched pretty much every single movie from the original franchise, and one thing that I loved about the 2014 film is what people in general complained about. The fact that there wasn't enough Godzilla in the movie. I understand why the audience didn't like it, but the reason I enjoyed it's because for me the human perspective and some of the characters were interesting enough for an American version of a Godzilla movie. With that being said, I would say that in terms of storytelling I prefer the 2014 film, because in this one I couldn't care less about the characters or the story involved. In this movie the humans are dumb, they're just there on screen to tell the audience about the monsters and that we're going to see enormous fights, which leads to another problem. The way and the direction this movie goes in order to release these titans, as they call, I understand the motivations, but the way it's fleshed out I couldn't get invested. Even the way the actors delivered their lines about the subject made me want to control Ghidorah and just destroy all the humans in this film. Don't get me wrong, the cast is really cool, and once again Ken Watanabe is my favorite cast member, having the best performance in this whole movie. The big issue is the script that was given to these characters. It's confusing and an excuse to give credit to human beings. The big positive thing in this movie is the visual effects. Some shots are less impressive, but overall when a big fight happens, which in this movie happens really often, I was crying in silence just praising my childhood favorite monsters fighting on screen. And once again, the sound is so eerie and I loved it. Something that also made me almost cry was the references to old movies. I was so pumped. The soundtrack from the originals, little Easter eggs here and there, really awesome stuff happening. But like I said in the intro, removing the humans from this movie maybe will be a risk, but effective. And this comes to my mind because I got really frustrated with the fact that an American film can't focus on big monsters. Even if there's more Godzilla in runtime, they always cut to scenes with people walking around and doing things. For example, a big fight between Godzilla and Ghidorah. Godzilla punches the living hell of Ghidorah, cuts to a human messing with the prop. And this happens very often and gets repetitive. In the end, hype is a problem, and I try to not get very hyped because being a massive Godzilla fan that I am, I didn't want to get disappointed, and overall I didn't. Visual effects are really impressive and magical. The monster design is awesome. The story... I gave up in order to enjoy the experience. The humans... what humans? Anyways, my only complaint is really just the fact that maybe for people who want to see a movie with a good story, this script could have been more well written. I'll give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe in the future I'll rank my favorite Godzilla films, like in a top 10 or something. What's your favorite Godzilla movie? If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe for more reviews in the future. See you guys.